y'all, welcome back to my channel. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What y'all ate today for breakfast? What y'all ate for lunch? What y'all ate for dinner? Whatever time you watching this video, how are you doing? I missed you guys so much. This coronavirus is going around. I hope y'all washing y'all hands, taking y'all vitamins, just being very clean and sanitary, because you never know who has the virus and I don't want y'all to get it. So as you already read by the title, today's video is kind of like a story time. Get ready with me. I'm doing my makeup. I have to stop by work today and also do something else that I'm really excited about. So y'all ready to get into this story time? It's kind of still fresh because it happened very recently. But I think I'm over it by now. Like, I was gonna do this video a lot earlier, like right after it happened, but I was still in my feelings about it. I was still like feeling some type of way, but I'm pretty much over it now. So let's get into the video, you guys. So my face is already moisturized, sunscreen is on, and eyebrows are laid. Y'all, I've been growing my eyebrows out because I want them to be snatched for my birthday, which is coming up real soon. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I feel like I've been maintaining it very well. Who texts me? Nobody important. So while I'm putting on my foundation, I'm gonna start off by saying I have a confession to make, y'all. I lied to y'all. I lied. Oh my gosh, I lied. And it's not that I lied on purpose. I don't want to say I lied. I folded. So remember a few videos back where I told y'all I'm done with Tinder, and I told y'all my previous story time on what happened and how I'm not using no dating apps anymore? I lied. Not on purpose. I just got finessed by my homegirl. So my homegirl again was telling me how a lot of her friends, like, they're in long-term relationships from Tinder and all this stuff, and I was trying to explain to her, like, sis, no, because people on Tinder automatically feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all could comment down below and tell me what y'all think, but from my experience, people on Tinder think you trying to get down with the get down, and I'm not trying to get down with the get down. I'm trying to, you know, get to know somebody, and like hopefully that long term. I'm thinking long term, and people on Tinder aren't. Like, they're living in the moment, living in the now, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you make your intentions clear. But my issue with Tinder is people was making their intentions a little too clear, a little too fast. Like, they ain't waste no time, okay? They weren't even sugarcoating it. And I think that's good, because for me, I immediately shut that down. But it just felt like, why? So anyway, like I was saying, I tried Tinder, but again, I was having the same experience that I had last time, as far as like just finding either weird people, or people who potentially seemed crazy, or people that just wanted to get down with the get down that I wasn't getting down with. I think the app store, it shows you like apps similar to the app that you're searching. So I saw the app called Black. I believe it's BLK, and it's basically the same as Tinder, but for black people. But the difference with Black is people on Black they weren't as trying to get down with the get down like Tinder people were. Like, they was chilling, okay, let's just say that. So I tried Black. I was meeting a few people, talking to a few people. It was cool, it was fine, but I was talking to like, I think like 3 or 4 people, because as y'all know, in my last story time, I don't really like to stay on the app. Like, if you cool, like you're okay, I'll give you my number, and then it'll go from there. If I feel like it's not working out, I'll just stop texting you, and if you keep texting me, I'll block you. So that's my MO. That's basically what I was doing. So I was talking to like a few people, but a couple of them like wore off. Like, it was just like, you're boring. or you don't seem like you will be my type. But I kept communicating with this one guy. Let's give him a nickname. We're gonna call him Bear. Let's call him Bear, and you'll figure out why I call him Bear later in the story time. Okay, we're gonna call him Bear. So I'm talking to Bear, and Bear is like pretty cool through text. Like, we just talking. He seemed like he interested in me. He don't seem too shabby. Like, he's well educated. He has a very good job. Should I say what job he had? I ain't let him add me on Instagram, so, or he don't know about my YouTube, so I don't care. He was an engineer, y'all, and he was making good money. He had a lot going for himself, and I'm not saying that to be shallow. I'm very real and transparent with y'all on my channel. If at this point in my life, if I'm gonna be with somebody, or if I'm gonna entertain somebody, they need to be able to bring something to the table, because I'm at the point in my life where I feel like I bring a lot to the table. I feel like I'm at a good stage in my life, a good stage in my career. I want somebody that's on the same level, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like society today, people try to make you feel bad for wanting more and not necessarily settling for something else. Like, when I was in college, don't get me wrong, in college everybody broke in college. Like, it wasn't like I was like, oh no, I gotta be with somebody with money because they need to take care of me. No, I didn't feel that way in college, because in college everybody trying to get their stuff together. But right now I'm not in college, I'm like in adulthood, and I feel like you can be getting yourself together, but I need you to have something to bring to the table. Okay, so Bear has stuff to bring to the table, so I was interested in Bear. I was like, okay, Bear got, you know, Bear got it going on. He an engineer, he making money, like, he travels a lot. Like, he was also being very proactive. Like, he was also making plans for his life in the future, also making plans for, like, okay, we gonna do this and this and that when I see you. And I like that. I like that, because these days a lot of guys, they not like that. Like, they just, I don't like guys that ask me, oh, what do you want to do? When do you want to do this? No, I like for a guy to take the lead and make the plans. That's my type. It is what it is, okay? So Bear was doing that. He was doing all the right things, yada yada yada. So one day Bear texts me. We've been communicating through text for like a week. So a week goes by, we're texting, everything straight, and then he's like, oh, I want to talk to you on the phone. I'm not one that's shy to talk on the phone, but like, when I don't know you, it's a bit awkward. Like, I feel awkward very fast, and people that know me know that. Like, I get awkward, I don't get awkward, but I feel awkward really fast. And I know myself. If you do one thing or say one thing that's unattractive to me, I automatically don't like you no more. Like, it's just, it is what it is. It's not good, but it is what it is. That's just how I am. So I was a little nervous, because I had already painted this idea of Bear and who I wanted him to be. And I knew that if I got on the phone with him and it wasn't the idea that I had in my head, I was going to stop talking to Bear. And I liked who Bear was through text. I was just like, dang, like, I don't want to ruin this. Because if he even don't sound cute, if his voice sound squeaky or his voice sound tube, then I know I'm not gonna talk to him no more. So I told him I was tired. I really was tired, because I got home from work late that day. And I was like, oh, maybe next time. But it was really because I wasn't trying to like ruin it, you know. But the next night I did contact him, and we spoke on the phone. And I feel like my fear was a little bit correct, because don't get mad at me when I say this, I like guys with like just a little teensy weensy sprinkle of hood in them, just a little bit, just this much. Like, I don't want no ratchet, ghetto, loud. I don't like that. But I don't like that sedity proper, and Bear was very sedity proper, and it was just like, Simone, Cece, just give him a chance. Maybe God is telling you need to try a different type. Like, maybe you don't need to go down that same path that you've been going down. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the issue. So I'm giving Bear a chance. Me and Bear on the phone. It's going well. So I'm gonna give y'all some game real quick. I didn't know, like, I knew what Bear put on his Black account, what his profession was, but you know, people be lying, so I had to make sure. So I was just asking him again, oh, what do you do for a living, yada yada yada. He again told me he was an engineer. He told me what kind of engineer he was, and that he traveled a lot for his work. I wanted to see how Bear, I'm trying to say it without sounding shallow, like, there's a way you can go about seeing a guy's lifestyle, or I guess how much, I don't want to sound shallow, basically seeing how much money he has, or like what kind of lifestyle he lives, based off of asking certain questions, but not asking him directly like, oh, you got money, because that's ghetto. Okay, so I asked him these questions, and I'm giving y'all free game, so take notes. So I asked him, I go, what's your favorite clothing store? And he goes, I like YSL. I'm like, okay. What's your favorite shoe type? He goes, it's between, I think he says between Balenciaga or Yeezy. I'm like, okay. Then I go, so what's your favorite restaurant? He goes, I would tell you, but I don't think you would know. Y'all should have saw my face through the phone. We wasn't on FaceTime, but if we were, I would have gave him the stinkest look, because that's how I was looking. It was like he was acting like he was a queen, a king, and I was a pauper. That's how I felt in that moment. And I'm like, that's not what I asked you. What I asked you was, what's your favorite restaurant? Okay? And he named some restaurant in New York. It's not a chain restaurant, but it's like a restaurant that's only in New York. And he was right, I didn't know it, but that's not the point. It was the way he said it. Like, you ain't have to say it like that, sir. By the end of those questions, I pretty much got an idea of, you know, Bear's lifestyle, how much money he make, and all of that, without being as direct as to like his finances, you know. So Bear's like, oh, I want to see you, I want to go to the movies. And at that time, he was like on an assignment for his job, so he would have been flying back to where I was, and he was trying to make plans to see me then. So we made plans, whatever, go to the movies, yada yada yada. So I go back to work, and I'm telling my homegirl about everything that's happening. And she's like, oh, I'm so proud of you, because she knows like I'm not that person. I already told her how I feel about dating apps. This is the one that convinced me to make it. And she's like, before you see him, before you go out on a date, you need to FaceTime him. I'm like, FaceTime him? No, it was already awkward calling him. Like, I gotta FaceTime him too. She was like, girl, you need to FaceTime him. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm stalling. It's like 2 or 3 days before we go on the date. So I'm like stalling, and I'm like, no, like, I don't want to call him. I'm sure he looks like how he looks on the picture. Mind you, I forgot to leave this part out. Bear was not cute, okay? In the picture, he's not cute. He just looks like, you know, what they call Meek Mill. He ugly cute. Like, he ugly cute. That's how he looked. Like, he looked ugly, but not ugly to the point to where he looked like he had potential. And I don't like them real pretty cute guys anyway. So it was just like, it was fine. I didn't mind it. So in my head, I'm thinking like, I already know he's not the cutest, but he has potential. So I'm sure he looks like how he looks in person. So it comes to the day of the date. I still haven't FaceTimed him, because again, I'm not trying to get my hopes up, and I'm telling myself in my head like, girl, he looks like that. He looks like that. So I leave work early, you guys, to go get ready to go on this date. I leave work early, okay? And something is telling me, like, it's replaying in my mind, my homegirl telling me to FaceTime him. And I'm texting her, I'm like, I haven't FaceTimed him yet. She's like, girl, I told you to FaceTime him. FaceTime him right now. Right now. So I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay. So I'm calling. The phone is ringing. It's ringing a lot, y'all. It is ringing, okay? I'm thinking he not gonna answer. It comes to the last minute, the boy answered. But I was driving home, so I don't know, the connection was bad and it was kind of blurry and breaking up. So when I see what pop up on the screen, I'm like, hello. And he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm just calling to tell you I'm on my way home. I don't know why I did that. I should have been like, oh, I'm just calling to tell you I'm stuck at work. Even though, but the phone, in his defense, the phone was kind of blurry. In my defense, the phone was kind of blurry. So I was trying to tell myself, oh, maybe it's because it's blurry. Like, that's why he looked like that. I couldn't see him all the way, but from what I could assess, he looked jacked up, okay? Bear looked jacked up. So he's like, oh, okay, just let me know when you're ready and let me know if you want me to pick you up and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, bye. And I hang up. And on the way home, I'm like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? I done messed up. So I'm in my head, I'm panicking because I don't like to make people feel bad. Like, I don't like hurting people's feelings. So I'm on my way home. I finally get home. I pull up. Mind you, I didn't tell my mom about any of this because my mom is crazy, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna say crazy. She's just very protective, and she's also she's a risk manager. That's her job. So her job is literally to assess risks in a hospital. R-I-S-K, not W-R-I-S-T. So she's very precautious of everything. Like, on her phone, her name in my phone is Mommy, and with the police emoji, because she be acting like she is CSI. So I get home, I'm like, Mommy, Angelique, I got catfish. I'm screaming, I'm like, I got catfish. And they like, what happened? Here my mama go. My mama like, what is catfish? And I tell her everything. She's like, you made a dating, you have a dating app? You made a dating account? I'm like, Ma, it's not like that. It's not like on Lifetime, because my mama love Lifetime. It's not like that. It's like normalized, like a lot of people do it. Even my aunt was telling me I should make one. So I'm telling her everything. She's like, if you plan on going out with this boy, I need to speak to him. And my mom is that mom. Like, if I'm going out with somebody and she wants to see how they look so she could describe them to the police officer if I go missing. Like, my mom literally bought me a stick shift car as my first car and as the car I have now, because she said if I ever get stranded and there's only a stick shift, I need to know how to drive it. That's the kind of mom she is. Like, she thinks of the wildest things, and that's just how she is. So I'm like, Mom, like, that's embarrassing, yada yada yada. And she's like, you don't like the boy anyway, so why I can't talk to him? So I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go on a date. I'm thinking about canceling, but in my mind, I feel bad if I do that, you know? I'm waiting for the glue to dry on this side. So I'm trying to like reason with her and talk to her. So I'm telling my friends what's happening. I'm like telling them, they like, girl, don't go, stay home, don't do it. Even Bianca telling me not to do it. And you know Bianca, my friend Bianca, she all about free dates. She telling me not to go. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm literally having a panic attack. My heart is going 1,000 miles per hour, you guys. So my heart beating fast. I don't know what to do. Then I finally make up my mind. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go. So I text the boy. I'm like, listen, my mama want to FaceTime you. And at that point, I don't care, because if he's not with it, it's an easy excuse for me not to go. But he was with it. He was like, all right, tell her FaceTime me. And I was like, okay. So in my head, I'm hoping and praying, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that the connection is what makes him look ugly, you guys. My mama FaceTime him. My mom is like this, and I'm right here, like behind the phone, looking, facing in front of my mom. So he picks up, he's like, hello. And y'all, at that point, I'm on my house Wi-Fi, and it ain't blurry no more, okay? I can see everything clearly. As soon as I see it, I wanted to faint, y'all. I wanted to faint. I wanted to faint. The boy, he looked like he ain't shaved a day in his life. He looked like he was Noah on Noah's Ark, y'all. He looked jacked up. He looked like he didn't groom himself. It looked like his hair looked jacked up. Everything looked jacked up. So I'm screenshotting it, right? So I could send it to my friends and to ask them, like, y'all, this is how he look on FaceTime. Should I go? Should I go? Y'all, my mom get off the phone with him. She asking him a million questions. Oh, what do you do for a living? Where do you live? Yada, yada, yada. So my mom, like, they get off the phone. My mom like, are you gonna go? I'm like, my friends, I showed them the picture. I showed them the picture that he had on his profile. They like, oh girl, you got catfish. He don't look like that. Oh no, you don't need to go. Stay home. And I'm like conflicted, because I'm like, what do I do? Like, literally, what do I do? So I say, you know what, I'm gonna just go, because he's texting me and he's like, oh, like, are you ready? What time you want me to pick you up? And like I said, y'all, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad at this point. Where's my scarf? Oh, so you guys, I'm getting ready to go, and I'm just driving. In my head, I'm driving there. Oh, he asked me if I wanted him to get me, and I'm like, nope. Nope, I'll meet you there. So I'm there. I'm sitting in my car. He's not there yet, which I'm like, first of all, how you gonna have me waiting on you? Like, I was already upset about that, but I'm like, okay, this is a good thing, because I can see him get out the car, if like he's around, and walk towards the front. So I'm waiting for like 10 minutes, y'all. Then I see a white car pull up. I'm not able to see what kind of car it is yet, because there was a car in front of it, but I knew it was him getting out because of, it's just his picture. I had a feeling it was him. And when I saw everything, I was like, oh no. Mind you, I'm like directly in front of him, but I have dark tints in my car, so I know he can't see me. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Because I could see his build, I could see his shape, I could see everything. So he texts me, he's like, I'm in the front, where are you? So I text him back, I say I'm coming. So I get out my car, I'm walking out. I'm looking to see what kind of car he drive. He drive a BMW truck. So I'm like, at least he ain't catfish me on that. But he still catfished me. So I'm walking up to the front. Y'all, this boy, he got on I think he got on a YSL shirt. He got on Yeezys, and he got on some pants. He got on designer clothes like he said he liked. But he was busting out the clothes, y'all. Busting out the clothes. The clothes ain't fit. Y'all know designer clothes run small. He was busting out the shirt, y'all. And he was not the size that he was in the picture. He wasn't. He was not that size. He looked like he done gained like 30 pounds. 34 to 50 pounds. I was like, oh heck. Y'all, I wanted to faint. Like, I literally wanted to faint. So he goes, hey, and he gives me a hug. And I'm just like, hey. And in my head, we go into the thing to go pay. Or he go into the thing to go pay. And I'm like standing next to him. And in my head I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, I pray I don't run into nobody I know. I'm happy we went to a movie theater that's not in my area where I live or where I work, but I'm just glad. I'm just still praying I don't run into nobody I know. So we standing at the concession stand. He like, oh, you want anything to eat? I'm like, no. No, I don't want nothing. I just want to go into the dark room where nobody can see me and watch this movie. So we just watching the movie. It's regular, like he leaning back, but it's a reclining chair, so I'm leaning my seat a little bit up. I don't want no contact. I don't want nothing, okay? Nothing. The movie was pretty simple. Like, we watched Bird's Eye, and I didn't really like the movie. Like, it was straight, but it wasn't like as good as I hoped it would be. But at the end, he was talking like, oh, I'm fast forwarding to the end because the movie was really nothing. Like, we ain't hold hands, we ain't do none of that. I kept my distance, and that was that. And I was trying to make sure my body language wasn't rude or mean, because again, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. But it is what it is, y'all. I wasn't with it, okay? I was catfished. I felt betrayed. I felt horrible. So the movie ends, we walking towards the cars, and he's like, because I told him I wanted to see Mulan before I knew how he really looked. But Mulan didn't come out. I think Mulan comes out in a couple weeks. It didn't come out yet at the time. So he's like, oh, maybe our next date I could go take you to go see Mulan. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you want me to walk you to your car? I was like, oh, it's okay. I'm just right here. And then I hugged him. And that was that. After that, y'all, he texted me a couple times, and I texted him back because I didn't want it to be like completely obvious that I was ghosting him right after we met up, because that would be like a little bit too obvious. But after a while, I stopped texting back. Like, I text back, you know, the day after, 2 days after, but that third day I was done, baby. I was done. I stopped texting him, and from then I learned my lesson. Like, dating apps are officially not for me. I think I have to meet someone in person. I'ma just say for right now, I feel like I'm the type of person who has to meet someone in person and have a real, like, genuine connection, because all this anxiety over meeting up with someone, and like, I think God is just trying to tell me that to just chill out, because this dating app stuff and all of that, it's just not for me, you guys. It might be for other people, but it's just not for me, and I'm fine with that. Like, I am completely fine with that. I don't know how that boy doing now. I do have a picture of, because I sent it to my friends. I'm like, y'all, look. But I'm not gonna post it because that's just mean. But I'm done. I'm done with the dating app. I'm done with that world. I'm done with that lifestyle. I know God has my husband waiting for me, and I will potentially, hopefully, meet that person in person. Okay. All right, y'all, that is the end of this story time. Please comment down below and let me know if you ever gotten catfish, if you've ever used a dating app. It doesn't matter if it was Tinder, Black, whatever dating app you use, if you've had success with it or not, or if that's just not your thing and you'd rather meet someone in person. I love you guys so much. Please wash your hands and take the necessary precautions to prevent getting coronavirus. Please, you guys, I want you guys to stay safe and healthy. I love y'all so much. I'm out of breath. Whew. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Do you wanna roll with me? I'ma go get a baby, you can go with me. When I'm feeling down, I teach you how to hold on me. When I tell you pay attention, you gon' listen. You so submissive, and I like it like that. Do you wanna really go, baby? Cause we might not come back.